Hello, everybody. A very, very good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, wherever you are watching from, and welcome back to another live stream here at Forex and Atmos. We are live across multiple channels right now. We're live on X. I know there's been some issues on X actually posting the live stream, but I can see some people in there. I do apologise about that. Nothing I can do, but we are live across the 3 YouTube channels as usual, and I hope everyone had a good weekend, good Valentine's Day, and is ready for some love in the markets this week. That would be nice, wouldn't it? I'm currently live in a trade at the moment on gold, so we'll be talking a little bit about that. I know someone said in the chat section about the New York session being shut, so the volume's quite low. Yeah, the volume is quite low, to be fair, but it doesn't mean that we can't plan for the week, which is what we always tend to do. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And of course, as always, I'll be giving away today $80,000 in Atmos funded challenges. I'm giving away $60,000 to those people who are live with me on YouTube. And I'll also be giving away a bonus 2 lots of $10,000 challenges on X. So I will announce the winners of those giveaways about 10 minutes or so after this stream ends. If you want to know the rules on how to enter, it is pretty simple. However, if you head over to X and have a look at my pinned tweet, all the details will be there. Also, all the details are in the description as well, so there shouldn't be any issues there. And those of you who are usual attenders on my stream know pretty much how this works. So hello to everybody. Good to see you all, and thank you very much for tuning in. Just let me say hello or good morning to those who have decided to join me today. We've got 10 Frequency. Hello to you. Forex 84. Manoj, hello to you as well. Hope you're doing well. Dijar1, we've got Varun on the stream as well. Frankenstein, hello to you. 80K, sheesh. Yes, indeed. Should be a good one. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Taniko's Mango, gold is flat, but Bitcoin is unsudden movement. Yes, we'll take a look at all the markets and the main event and the main moves that I'm looking for this week. I've already lost a trade on gold today, and I've been entered into another one. Not my decision, but that's my EA's decision, so we go with it. Veron01, hello to you. Hello to you, Patrick. Well, Mev Trades on the stream. Mohammed on the stream as well. Good to see you as well. Safdar, 9688. Hope you are doing well. Today you are very happy. Amazing trading. Yes, of course. It's a new week. What's not there not to be happy about? So yeah, good to see you. Gingerbeard, hello to you. Good to see you. Love the name. Very, very good. Who else have we got on the stream? Nadine Trades, Bodyman HG, One Master D, Lara, hello to you as well. I hope you're doing well. Lara sharing some absolute gems in our Discord channel over at Forex. Make sure you join that, guys. Forex MS, hello to you. Forex Smart Trading. Hello to you all. Good to see you all, and I hope you are all doing well today on this Monday morning. We're going to do it how we usually do it. We're going to have a look at open trades at the moment, which I can show you in some detail. And I will also go through the top events, economic events we got coming out. It was a busy one last week with NFP and US inflation. Slightly quieter week this week, but we'll take a look at that. And I want to look at some key markets, but also answer any questions that anyone has in the chat section. So, yeah, show us your gold trade, Connor. All right. Calm down. Here we go. Gold trade is currently live, as you can see. I am long from 5,003 or 5,004, should we say. You can see the current, the trade I had earlier today was stopped out. I entered at 5,006, was stopped out at just under 5,000. But I'm long again. Actually been on because I'm always fully transparent with my trades. And this gold strategy in particular has been on a little bit of a losing streak, which is fine. I've seen my strategies sometimes can lose 8 trades in a row, but that doesn't mean that it's not overall profitable. All it will take is 2 or 3 wins, and you pretty much back to break even. But yeah, on a tiny bit of a losing streak right now, nothing to be worried about too much. I don't tend to get too attached to what goes on. I just let the strategy play out over the year and see where we are after that. But currently long on gold from 5,004, let's say, with my stop loss is currently sitting at 4,992, let's say. Onto the DAX strategy. I'm currently short on the DAX, the German stock exchange. running in a little bit of profit. As we know, the volumes are slightly lower than usual, let's say. I'm short on the DAX from 24937 with a stop loss at 25027, which is the top of this range. And obviously my take profit on that, for those who know a little bit about the strategy, it's a 4-to-1 risk reward strategy, and my target for that is down at, where is it, 24593. Will we reach there today? Probably not. You never know, but I doubt it. So we'll see where we end up towards the end of the day. My strategies and my trades always close out 10 minutes before the session ends anyway. And when it comes to the index blitz, currently not in an open trade at all. It actually lost a trade today, 0.5%. Entered long at 6.870. My stop loss was at 6.865. And yeah, lost that trade. And actually, no, sorry, lost two. Didn't even know that. Lost two trades and 1% down on that. So you could argue it's not been the best of starts to the week. But, you know, that's pretty much normal, especially in these lower volume markets at the moment. There's not too much going on. So, yes, it's not the end of the world. Safdar. Nice comment there, mate. Appreciate the kind comment. Reactions. Connor, honestly, I wait for your live sessions every time. Your analysis really helps me understand the market direction better. The way you explain structures and key levels is very, very clean. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Very, very kind comment coming through. Enough glazing, more working. What's your view for the DAX and gold? I'll show you. I'll give you my opinion on DAX and gold on the trading view charts in just a second. Combat Center MMA, hello to you. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Frankenstein, how long did it take you to code your EA bot? To be honest with you, across the three, if you include all of the back testing and the creation of the EAs, it was an 18-month project. But we did back test like multiple strategies. So in terms of like how long it would take for one, then I'd say like a few months. Now we've got the process in place. So yeah. Mohammed, I can't actually wait for your live stream. Great insights on everything. And to be honest, nobody gives this knowledge for free in today's era. Yes, there is that issue. People charging thousands for some of the value that I give away. And I'm giving it away pretty much for free. So yeah. Yes, it is a bank holiday today. So it is slightly lower volume, guys. So just bear that one in mind. You know, I'll be back streaming live at the end of towards the end of the week. So let's not jump into any trades hastily. Now, let's just quickly talk about the key events we've got coming out this week. As I said, last week was a particularly busy one. To summarize, we had a fairly strong NFP relative to what we've seen in previous months, which is a bit of a surprise to the upside. And also US inflation came in softer. So you could argue this is a perfect storm for some stock market upside. So yeah, but we'll take a look at that. But some positive data for the US economy. I'm sure Trump loved that data that came out last week. Weaker inflation but stronger jobs numbers. Pretty much the perfect storm, really, for Mr. Donald Trump and obviously the US economy on the whole. Now this week, heading into this week, as I said, it's a slightly quieter week compared to what we've been used to. As we know, nothing going on today, Monday, literally zero high impact news events. As we head into tomorrow, we've got Canadian CPI UK claim and count change. As we head into Wednesday, for anyone who trades the New Zealand dollar, we've got the RBNZ monetary policy decision. Now we're expecting them to hold rates at 2.25%. So we might get some trading opportunities around there. I won't be awake for it, to be honest with you. It's not really one that I typically trade, but it's something just to bear in mind. UK inflation is probably one to look at for this week, especially for pound traders, pound dollar, for example. So that'll be an interesting one. We're actually expecting UK inflation to fall quite heavily from 3.4 down to 3%. So that should be interesting to see if we do get that, because that's quite a drop. I wonder if that feeds into any pound weakness heading into this week. So we'll see about that. FOMC meeting minutes on Wednesday. I've said this before. I'm not a big fan of the meeting minutes stuff. The reason is because I find it's just regurgitated information that we already know. You don't really tend to find out anything new. So I find it a bit of what I'd call a trap event, an event which traps traders, you know. So just bear that one in mind for this week, guys. FOMC meeting minutes might cause some volatility, but I don't think it's going to cause any real meaningful direction, you know. Thursday, not much. The usual unemployment claims, and as we head into Friday, it's a PMI day, sprinkled in with the core PCE price index, which is the Fed's primary tool for inflation. That was all a mouthful, wasn't it? But overall, yes, fairly slow markets, and I wouldn't say there's anything coming out which screams out to me that we're going to see a huge explosion in volatility. So it might just be this week that the technicals rule the roost, which is absolutely fine. Let's take a look at some of those technicals now. Let me just read some of the chat section now. Make sure to like the stream so we can get it streamed frequently. Yes, of course. Ready Black, well said. Make sure you like and subscribe to these channels, guys. It does give you an extra boost when it comes to the live draw on the giveaway. Mohammed, why are you trading today? There's too much low volume on gold. To be honest, it's a fair judgment. The way in which I've decided to run the strategies and EAs is that, look, I have the results, I have the EAs, I have the automation. I pretty much let it run throughout the year, regardless, because I've seen sometimes bank holiday days or days where the markets are low in volume. Sometimes you get a winning trade as well. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get chopped out all the time. I found that it's easier to just let the strategy run throughout the year. I don't really turn it off throughout the year. I think overall it balances itself out. To be honest with you, some low volume days you'll make nothing. Some low volume days you'll make a little bit. So I just, instead of like turning it on and off all the time and saying, yeah, today's a good day to turn it off, I try and take my opinion out of it as much as possible, because all my opinion has gone into the work before. So I try not to have too much opinion on things anymore. So I just let it go, to be honest with you. But in terms of like manual trades right now, yeah, if I'm being honest, I'm probably going to stay away today. But I'm going to do some analysis for the week on the key markets anyway. Like, good to see people agreeing with me. My last week was very great, honestly. Amazing. That's great. Frankenstein, how do the live draws work? Please enlighten me. I have a bot. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. It's called nightbot.tv. I don't know if I can show you it roughly. I use this, basically. Right? This giveaway bot. So it gives me the giveaways. It gives me the people that are talking here. Yeah. And then it also gives me, when I go to boost here, you see that when I've got subscriber luck modifier ×2. So basically that means that anyone who subscribes to the channel, yeah, anyone who subscribes to the channel gets double the chance to win. So I basically just run that bot at the end of the stream. But I have to do it across multiple channels, you see, because I'm live on multiple channels. That's why I don't really stream it live anymore. And it was just taking too much time. It was just too messy. Also, yeah, I've just got 2,000 followers on X as well. So thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, and that's how I do it. I know some people were in my comment section saying that I fixed the draw, that it's a scam. It's not. I give it away to my real subscribers, my real engagers. I always do that. I've always have done, for those of you who watched me stream before, and I still will continue to do that. So yeah, to be honest, I don't really care what anyone else thinks. I'm not scamming anyone, and I know I'm giving away the prizes for real. It's just who I am. For those of you who know me would know I'd never do that anyway. Okay, I wanted to talk to you today about the DXY, the dollar index. It hasn't moved for 5 days. This is the daily chart. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 5th day. Nothing has happened at all, which puts me on high alert because it makes me think that something is going to happen soon. And I just want to make sure that I manage to get into the next move on the dollar, because I actually think the dollar's under a bit of pressure, to be honest with you. From what I'm seeing, I'm not seeing a massive amount of momentum to the upside. If you actually look at what we're seeing at the moment, from when we had the break of this channel, retest, next leg lower, right? If I draw a fib from when that move started to now, right? Can you see what I'm getting at here? Look at that reaction from the 61.8 from that daily move to the downside. Two, large amounts of pressure, two big bearish candle days. And then really what we've done is sort of hover around the 38.2. I'm actually wondering if pretty soon we might see this. I'm interested in that, to be honest with you. And I want to see if we can get a trade idea on euro dollar in particular off the back of that. Oh, wow, that was actually beautiful. Last week I tagged this supply zone on euro dollar. Look at that. It's actually really, really nice. So I'm actually getting some conflicting views here. I don't know if anyone else is seeing that. Yeah. I just see what Ready Black says in the chat there. Maybe the DXY might push a little higher this week. I'm actually about to potentially go back on my word here, because what I'm seeing on the technicals is a really nice reaction from this supply zone. Probably already missed the trade, but it looks like we could be heading lower here actually. Nothing's really clear to me though. I don't really see a clean entry point either. Frustrating actually. All right, let's just, if there's no clear end, this is what I always tell myself, if there's no clear entry, move on. Move on. What about GBP USD? It's probably telling me something similar because the DXY is quite a mess right now. Yeah, look at that. It's actually telling me bearish. The technicals are telling me bearish. So as you said, as someone might have just said in the chat there, we actually might have we might make a move down to 1.35, down to the bottom of here. This was a beautiful trade. It was on last Wednesday. You see, when we come up here and reacted, we actually never got the test of this bearish order block. And then we came up, probably grabbed all the buy-side liquidity here into the order block. Then the distributive move came. Maybe if we drop down a time frame or two, we might be able to see something a bit clearer. I think if I was trading this right now, just had a break of this low. We've just cleared all of these lows. Might look for something like this. Because this was the area that broke out of that range. I would probably look for something like that. If I'm being totally honest with you guys, the conditions we've got in the market right now are quite slow. They're quite difficult. But for me, we've quite clearly seen a breakout below this range. Buy-side liquidity taken. It came from here. So I'd love to see a retracement up to 1.365, 1.36450 here. And then sell that down. It's quite a nice setup, yeah. Okay, guys, gold. Gold a tricky one as well, isn't it, people? Did you just see the volume getting like sapped out of the market there? Last week we threatened to go lower. Did we even test this area? No. This channel broken. Never got the retest. Potential order block in here. But you can see that from that low, from that crazy move lower, you can see that we have got support coming in. Higher low in here. When you zoom out of it, what I'm seeing is a big bearish move. Right? And after that, volume getting squeezed, retail getting squeezed out here. We might continue to see that if there's not much going on. And then really it's a case of trying to catch momentum. Are we going to break up back up higher again? Or are we going to break down lower again? And I think that the best way to trade this is just to wait for the markets. Instead of anticipating what's going to happen and guessing, I think potentially what might be best here is to wait for the market to tell us. And then we try and get in with the momentum. Does that help my gold trade? No. To be honest with you. And to be honest, it's a good research thing for me because I've been on a little bit of a losing streak on the gold strategy. And it makes sense because you can see the lack of direction in gold at the moment, really since the beginning of Feb. So halfway into the month, and there's not real much direction. We've been spoilt with huge moves in gold, right? But there's not much going on here. So we might see prices continue to squeeze around the 5,000. And then it's just about, can we get that big... could we get that institutional candle? You know, it could be bearish, it could be bullish. I don't really have too much opinion either way. Of course, if I had to lean one way, it probably would be bullish for obvious reasons. But the market isn't really giving us that at the moment. What do you think, guys, in the chat section? From what you see right now, are we going to see the bullish or the bearish? Just comment in the chat section, bullish or bearish. Are we going to get that break up above 5,000, clear break, or are we going to get a move consistently below 5,000, bullish or bearish? Let me know in the chat section. I'll be interested to hear people's thoughts. See what people say. Both scenarios are possible. I agree with that. SP King says he sees a big sell on silver. I'll take a look at silver. I'll have a look at dollar yen as well, Martin. No problem. Lara thinks bullish. User EF4 says bullish. Frankenstein is talking about the Trump and Iran situation. That could spike gold even higher. True. Mohammed says bullish. Kirkton says bullish. Nadeem says bullish. That's pretty... here we go. We've got some Mev trades. You're the only one. You're the only one, my friend, who thinks bearish in this chat. Forex, smart trading, bullish. Okay, interesting. SB King thinks bearish as well. Okay, interesting, guys. I think the majority... No, what's the Epstein theory, Frankenstein? Tell me. Let me look at silver. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying there. Silver is definitely the more bearish of the two, from what I'm seeing right now, because you can just see how it's hovering onto those lows. Like if you just do a quick comparison, look, see that? You can literally see it with your eyes. So I think what a smart trader might do here is think, okay, I think if we're going to get bearish momentum on commodities, silver's your best play. If we're going to get bullish momentum on commodities, gold is your best play. What's happening with Bitcoin then, people? A whole lot of nothing. Again, we're still in the midst of a bearish wave. I drew that Fibonacci last week. Textbook reaction from the 61.8. We've come back up again into the golden pocket and reacted again. Look, until we break above 72 on Bitcoin, I think this is a market which, from the structure, would tell you to sell or to look at selling opportunities as your bias. The difficulty at the moment is there isn't really like any clean levels within here. I think it would just be a case of like trying to do something really simple, like either a lower time frame thing, or like this. It's still a 2.5 to 1, but it's definitely more of a more. It's not. I wouldn't say this is an intraday trade. It's leaning more towards swing. 68 stop loss 72, target 60. But should Bitcoin find some momentum here and come back up above 72. And I think the bulls will come back into play. So in the Epstein files, 2 years before Bitcoin was made, they talk about making a currency that is digital and doesn't need any central system. Really? And that is Bitcoin, right? So that's the theory. But what does that theory mean? Does that mean that Bitcoin's going up? And then Epstein also said they like the name Satoshi, and it's crazy the deeper you go, which is also a reason why everyone sold their Bitcoin. Oh, I see. 50,000 on Bitcoin I think is possible, but we do need to see that momentum down towards 60 first, because 60 proves support. But yeah, if you look at the daily time frame, it's hard to argue that we've shifted from bullish to bearish for now. You can just see that, high, 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 low, high, 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 low, high, 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 low, liquidity sweep, lower low, lower high, lower low. And then I'm looking at that next lower high. Then we're looking potentially at 50. Zero, I doubt it. Dollar yen, someone asked me for in the chat as well. Dollar yen's probably one that might have a bit of volatility. Dollar yen's under some serious pressure, guys. Serious pressure. Huge moves, really, when you think about it, because we had that big move lower, created a fair value gap, went back for it, went back through it again. So we'll probably delete that now. Don't need to see that. Looking at USD yen from a clean, fresh stance. The thing about dollar yen, right, is if you look at this fair value gap down at 148, we're still yet to fill it. I think this makes a really good swing target for dollar yen should we get that momentum to the downside on the DXY. And to be honest with you, the way in which we shot straight back down for these lows makes this low very vulnerable to me. Makes this low very vulnerable to me. And you can see there's not really a great deal going on here, obviously, because there isn't a great deal going on in the markets at all. But from what I'm seeing on the daily, I think what I would try and do is get an intraday position on dollar yen short and try and target that daily swing, because obviously the volatility, it will come back into the markets. It's only just a low volume few days, and we are going to get a big move soon. And yes, so it looks like people might agree with me on that dollar yen sell, which is nice. Stock market. Stock market. Look at this, guys. NASDAQ. Tech stocks. Right, let me show you this. I might be repeating myself here. 3 hours ago, big tech stocks lose billions as AI spending fears hit valuations. I mean, I'm sorry. Yes, like factually that is true. But we are still in a bullish market. Like, this isn't a crash. The jobs numbers aren't that bad. They're improving. Inflation is going down. From what I've seen from the data, right, on a surface level, looking at the data, things aren't as bad as everyone's saying. And yes, the stock market has fallen from the all-time high, that from 26 down to 24.2. But look, fair value gap, beautiful trade from this fair value gap. Even had a liquidity sweep down here. My favorite trade of this week and of today is stock market longs. I might be wrong. However, I don't buy into this narrative that things are like that bad. And what I quite like the look of as well is this. And therefore, my main trade idea that I wanted to take a look at for today, because there isn't much, if I go on to the 15 minute, look, all of this is all this price is balanced, right? I would probably look at something like this, okay? 4.5 to 1, targets 25,000. You never know. If you were to target and leave some of the position on to target all-time highs, 12 to 1 risk reward. And that is an official trade idea. You know, this isn't me telling you what to do. It's just my opinion and what I'm looking to trade personally. I like the idea of going long here on the stock market from the reaction to the fair value gap and taking a punt at the all-time highs, but obviously taking some profits along the way, and trying to get this 12 to 1 trade. Yes, Frankenstein. I do use some Wyckoff stuff in. I've basically built. A superhuman version of myself. Right? It's a. Let me start again. I've basically built a superhuman version of myself. It's an AI. It's an EA as well. It's AI. It's called Market Mind AI. That's the name that I've called it. And essentially it takes all of like the analysis and data from lots of different places and generates a trade idea for you. Now I'm going to show you in exclusive into what that looks like right now. Can I drag this onto the chart? Can I drag this on? Save image. Okay. Wait there, guys. For example, I didn't draw that. Look how much detail. Like, we're moving into a new era, guys, for sure. And if you get left behind, you'll always be playing catch up. I didn't draw any of this. It uses multiple areas of divergence. It uses SMC concepts, FVGs, order blocks. Not only that, it gives me fundamental analysis, right? And I can't show you necessarily exactly all of it because I can't share my screen properly yet. Or can I? Let me try. I'm going to try this for you guys. There we go. It's in testing phase at the moment. It gives me this trade. Look at the detail it gives me. It gives me the grade of the trade, which is a B. Win probability of the win percentage. The key factors, like why it's a B, like the risk of the trade. The lower time frame bearish structure conflicts with the reversal setup. My forecaster's weekly outlook is bearish for this market. The price not may reach the entry zone if support holds, but look at the detail it gives me. This analysis presents a long setup SMC order block with confluence score 4, aligned with the higher time frame bullish bias. It takes into account all of this fundamental analysis, interest rate divergence between, monthly forecast, weekly forecast, daily forecast, COT data, SME Fed watch data. It takes everything. It literally takes everything, to be honest with you, and generates for me a trade idea. So I'm slowly moving into an era where I don't want to, and I can even approve or deny the trade, give it comments, and train the AI as well. So to be honest with you guys, look, we're moving into an era away from manual stuff and into automated stuff. Now this will place the trade automatically for me as an EA on MetaTrader 5, and it's something that I'm going to be building or something that I am building into my upcoming mentorship, which I know people have been waiting for. So I'm really excited to be able to share that with you very, very soon. But yeah, it does take a lot of testing and bugs and all this sort of stuff. But I don't even know really if I'm doing it justice, because if I showed you like the architecture behind the scenes, like I'm talking 15 agents, very specific jobs, thousands of lines of code to generate this. I'm worried about my job, to be honest with you, because it's basically a version of me which I would never be able to match. So yeah, it's pretty insane, guys. It's pretty nice, to be honest. Um, the best thing about it is, and I'm going to be completely transparent with you because this is just who I am. I am not charging like thousands for this and my course and my mentorship. I think the current price that we've been talking about, and this is just an exclusive on the stream, is we're talking something like $25 a month as a subscription fee. That will give you access to the 3 EAs that you see that I trade with, and also potentially give you an access to the copy trader. Now I have to be honest with you. Obviously, like this depends on a few factors, which I will sort out in the background. But this is the sort of thing that I'm working on, and if I can bring that to you in the safest way possible, then I'm going to, and I'm not going to be charging a lot for it either. That's just the truth. And obviously that comes alongside the live streaming, the private sessions, the course that I've got built as well, which is majority free. So yeah, that should be good. Yeah, this AI back trading would be it is the future. When you think about a lot of the hedge funds and the big banks, so they've been using algorithms for God knows how long. But like I'm talking like retail level now with coding and ChatGPT and whatever else my coder uses. It's not ChatGPT. It's something else. Pine scripts and all this sort of stuff. You don't really need to be a coder anymore, to be honest with you. And also, a lot of retail are branching into this. So I'm excited to share this with you. It's coming soon. It really is coming very, very soon. I'm just going to be building out the Telegram channel and stuff in the next few days. Anyway, guys, to be honest with you, listen, I will probably end the stream there. We've got a little bit of a low volume day. Look, my main trade of the day. Am I still live on gold? Am I still alive? Just about. Pretty much going to lose another trade on gold as well. So I'm just going to shut off for the day. But I will be announcing the winners of the. Prizes. In about 10 minutes time at the end of the stream. I'm going to come live again, hopefully maybe Wednesday or Thursday, when we've got some more volatility in the markets. Hopefully we can get some more. What am I drinking? This is whiskey. I'm joking. This is water from an Atmos bottle. So I will be back live in the middle to the end of this week to go through hopefully some more volatile markets. Maybe I'll give you more of an insight into the AI stuff as well, which should be interesting. So thank you very much to those who decided to tune in today. It's been great to come back live with you guys. I appreciate everyone joining in. If anyone has any questions or wants to reach out to me, I do reply on Discord. Just give me some time because I do get a few messages, but I try and get round to any of them as well. Don't forget as well to scan the QR code down here to follow me on social media for breakdowns and clips and content, and also our February promotion on Atmos, which you can get access to here as well. And until next time, trade well, trade safe, and I'll see you all soon, guys. Thank you very much.